my God, you're welcome to the Favor Goodness Show. And I'm your host, Favor Goodness. So in case you're wondering what's happening here, it is happening because we are about to go down on a particular topic that is so sensational, so thrilling, so violence. If I got it correct, I don't even know if I said it correctly. But before we continue, let's take a quick break and I'll be right back. And I will introduce you to my hot, sizzling guests. I'm coming. You're welcome back to the Favor Goodness Show. So in case you're just tuning in, it's your live plug for settling and sizzling issues. So today we'll be talking about something that has gripped my heart. In fact, backstage, they have been hot, sensational words. In fact, I can't play it on display because if I do, you're like, let me to contribute my own contribution. But it is something that we need to talk about because it is becoming serious. And to have this conversation with me before I mention the topic, he is no other person than one of Africa's most controversial comedian, no other person than Baba the Barber.
Oh, I'm blushing.
I don't know where they got this human being from anyway, but what can I do? And also sitting beside him, our guest is a delectable lady. She is an architect, she is a mindful queen, and she is a beautiful woman. No other person than Miriam. Hi.
Glad to
How
be
are
here.
you?
Thank you. I'm fine. Thank
All right. So are you guys ready for what we want to talk about? Because I know you have been buzzing out the back before. You have been saying everything. I'm like, yeah, the discussion has been happening already.
We're
even
having
before
a conversation.
Before we
We were
conversation.
discussing before you said that would be the topic.
Yeah, we didn't know that would be the topic.
Can you imagine these people? They wanted to set me up,
Imagine.
but I got them. I said, see, this thing can't work. It can't be working. So the point is this, because sometimes I sat down and I asked myself this question because it's a question that on social media, you hear this person beat this person, violence against this person, oh, this man, what is wrong with our men? Like, this one cannot even propose, cannot even propose. They don't have money and they're coming to ask me out. You know, you cannot even say proper thing. I'm tired. My relationship of 20 years has broken up. The man said there's no man in love with me. I'm like, what is going on with the kind of men we have in our generation today? What is wrong with our men? So that is the question I'm throwing out to you. I know you're a man sitting and you're wondering, Favor, what are you talking about? Don't insult me. Say, I'm not insulting you. I'm asking a question. What really is wrong with our men of today? So are you guys ready for this?
Yes, you're ready. That's a good question. What is wrong with our
So
men?
what is wrong with you, Baba? Because you're a man in the house.
I'm not a man.
Yeah, exactly. Are you not a man?
What is wrong with our men is that our men now have sense.
Okay.
Can you imagine? Okay, so let me rephrase. Let me come to you, Miriam. You are a lady, or let me say, the only girl amongst his brothers, and you have this upbringing and you understand men to some extent. But the kind of what we are saying in our world, in our generation today, and you have your own fair share. You have seen things. I know we had a conversation backstage once. I'm like, see, that guy doesn't really know what he wants. You know?
Yeah.
So ranging from men not knowing what they want, ranging to men now taking women as a right back. Because now these days, men are now looking for women to become their ATM bosses. And they'll get married to them, their getaway ticket to travel out, to be in the country, to be rich and lounging. Yesteryears is women dreaming to marry rich men. Now it's men dreaming to marry rich women. I'm like, what
The table is turning.
Okay, now so men are becoming lazy. Violence is everywhere. I know women beat men, but the rate at which this violence is going on around, I don't know, is it poverty of some sort? So what's your take on this actually?
This is like you said.
Please train up, baby, train. Let the fire just go out. Just say, the floor
I feel like
is yours.
there's a lot of
Yeah,
there are a lot
there is.
of thoughts that are, and I'm trying to just streamline and articulate and be able to see what exactly is wrong.
Exactly.
So in my experience, I know I was having this conversation with a group of friends the other day. We find that the pool of men that we have right now, like you said, are either not ready, feel like they have options that they can pick from, and are just not maybe in that headspace that they feel like they can pick just one woman. Let me tell you how they described it. One bottle. This one is, she has sense. But she's not fine, so I'm not attracted to her.
Okay.
This one is fine, but she cannot have conversation to save her life. This other one, she's take-home material, but, you know, I'm not sure about her, you know. So I have all three, but I want to combine all three into
In one person.
So that was the conversation that got me really thinking that here's what has happened so far. We find that in our culture, I can't say for
the Western
you know
culture.
the Western culture, but I find that girls are trained. I always say this: girls are trained, and guys were loved. Their mothers were.
Take it, girl.
So you find that in this culture, women are from a young age
Yeah.
trained to, oh, you're a woman, you have to do this. You're a woman, you have to be in the you're a woman. Me as the only girl
amongst
in
them.
with 4 boys. You're a woman. Get out of here. Go away
Go
from
to
the
the
TV.
kitchen.
Go
Go
to
and
the
do this.
kitchen. You know, so that is ingrained in you from such a young age, such that you hear things at the age of 12 that women mature more than men.
More than men, yeah.
That's what you hear.
Yeah.
But it's because the training is not the same. Men
not
are
balanced.
left to go play, climb tree. Me, I wanted to climb tree too, but you know, they did not let us do all of
So
that.
are you saying that men were
Okay, so
not
Baba the
trained?
Baba, yeah, to you. Yeah, I'm gonna cut back to you.
Okay.
So for
Okay, I want to pick from what something she said, that men have options. Now, there are options actually. Even women also have options.
yeah.
You get? So we have a lot of girls, but we don't know who to marry because we're spending so much to marry. And if you're spending money, you need to know which is more important.
Can you imagine?
So we have girls who can cook, but they're not presentable.
Ah.
And because your wife would want to take food, go out with you, so you have that one. You have one that is presentable. She does not have manners. She can mess you up in the party. Now, you're the type of person who carry go party now. To mess you up in the party. You have one that is presentable, but she likes to argue. So you can see arguing in that party. Now you have too many girls, but none of them is qualified.
Really?
Yes. So we need to start talking about this. The other day, pastor told me that I'm still single, that I'm not serious, that I have too many female friends. I should write down the names of my best 10 friends and start analyzing them. So I now wrote down the 10 names of the 10 girls. One is stripper. The other one no, she likes fighting.
Are you
The
serious?
other, 10 of them, no one is qualified.
So is that why you are still single? Is that what you're trying to say?
Because I'm still checking my options. My options are not qualified. You understand? So these are the things women should try and understand. Because a man cannot just go and marry. Nowadays, unlike those days, during the days of our forefathers, where somebody will just tell you, go and marry this girl. And you marry the girl and have peace. Because they have been trained that your husband is your head. You will go and obey him, respect him, and they lived in peace. Nowadays, a woman will come and tell you that she read something on social media that she's not supposed to be cooking for you, that you need to get a help. She's not working. No. A full-time housewife needs a house help. And the man is not really making too much money. That house, there will be no peace.
Okay.
Because you may want to, because in a bit to make her understand that, babe, you are going to do these chores yourself.
So what happens to you both sharing the chores?
No, they
So
can
back
share
to-
the chores.
They can share. Yeah. So it's the same thing we are saying. So what is wrong with our men? Why are you not saying from the point that you can share the
No, we
chores?
are sharing chores. We are sharing it. But some women just want house help. So they will say, I have a house girl. And she's not working, she can't afford to pay all the bills on the man.
All the bills on the man. So do you feel that men are running away from responsibility, or men are acting out the way they
We're
are?
not running away from
or
it.
actually
We are
just-
cutting how do you speak in English? We are cutting our coat according to your clothes.
according to your clothes. So Miriam, I know you're already sizzling. Say something.
Okay, so well, what he said, let me just return back to
Yeah, what
where
you
I
were
was
saying,
going to.
yeah.
So women, you find that girls are trained that way, such that you get to a certain age, and then the training of you have to pick one. This guy is not perfect. This particular one, he's buff. He has sweet mouth. Doesn't have money. This other one has money. He's skinny, but his mouth can dig a grave for you. This other one doesn't have so much. He comes from a good home. So women are taught to make sound decisions at such early ages that you get to the point of, so you find women that are ready to get married, women that are in a certain age bracket,
But
knowing,
no man.
yes,
Actually,
but the pool of men are now the ones that, you are there. You know, Soji Jare, let's find somebody else. You are there. So like we are trained to, when you zone in, you, even from the batch of men that are available, once one shows an interest or the group of men that shows interest, you analyze as best as you can
From the
and
pool,
from the
and you
pool,
pick
and
a
you
choice.
pick a choice.
And do you think
based
men are
on-
not like that? They
Men are
analyze
not like
all
that.
the
From
schools
that
and
pool.
still don't pick a choice.
Exactly.
From that pool, there's no choice.
because actually from that pool, from what you said, there's a choice, because the one that is not what do they call it? The one that you cannot take to party
Yeah.
or take out, with money you can take her anywhere, dress
No.
her up,
No,
tush
you
her
can
up.
tush, you can tush
would
a
it-
lady
would it-
up, but you may not put that attitude, that character. She can, if she
To
can
keep quiet
compose
in
herself,
parties.
yes, she can.
keep
No,
quiet
you
in parties.
presented 3 options.
Yes.
One was good, was nice, but she cannot be taken out.
Yes.
The other one, her mouth was bad. So this one that is good, that you can take out,
Yeah.
can be trained,
I've seen
can
a
be
girl.
buffed up.
I've
You
seen
know,
a girl that will tell that this is who I am.
No,
I
wait,
don't wear
wait,
trouser. I can't wear
let's-
this.
no,
I can't
wait.
wear snail.
This is not combining what you, all the girls that you've said. This is just combining based on these 3 options that you said.
Yes.
Right now, I from the options that you've placed,
Yes.
I can zone in and say this is the
This
best
is
option.
one
for
best
me.
option.
You can't tell me my best
alright.
option.
Okay, good. Don't worry. I will tell you your best option. Don't worry. I will after this break. All right, welcome back. In case you're just tuning in, it's still the Favor Goodness Show, and I'm your host, Favor Goodness. All right, it has been hot. Please go and rewind and watch if you are not following, because it's too. And the topic is something that we cannot but dig in. So I know you were saying something that women are the ones taking all the backlash from the men, you know, all the unreasonable, choices. Because now you're saying that they can pick. I'm wondering, like, why can't you just pick from 3 people? And
We're not
women
seeing
can
options.
actually.
We're not
Oh,
seeing.
you're not seeing options.
The options we have are not qualified. Just like nowadays, most of our girls now are into hookup.
Wow.
You meet a girl and you be talking love. The girl is telling you 40K per night. I say, madam, I want to date you. You're telling me 40K per night. If I give you 40K, can you count it? You understand? so we don't have responsible girls anymore.
Oh, do you think is a product of unresponsible men? Because I feel that women are always taking is what they take in that they give out.
To answer that,
Yeah.
I am of the strong opinion that you are what you attract.
Mm.
The part of you
So
that
I'm into I'm doing hookup.
you
but
must
I'm
be,
attracting- I'm attracting
you
people
must
that are
be a
doing hookup.
I can't believe this.
You know, in
No,
this,
no,
in my own case, it's not that too.
no,
But ladies are not
but
responsible.
this is just a psychological fact.
Okay, yeah.
You are what you attract. So if you find and the only way that you know what you have been attracting so far, apart from what is available, the only way you know what you have been attracting so far is by counting, by seeing the people that have been coming your way. If the people that have been coming your way are those that hook up, it's because of the circle that you
It's not
you have
circle on
been.
social media. Oh.
So it's not you think say social media na good market. You close and go social media. You think say
Okay. What is wrong with social media?
there's nothing wrong
Are
with
you not on
social
social
media.
media?
I
That
am.
means
There
if
is
I see your
nothing.
social
But
media,
you are
I should
not-
assume you're a bad person.
But you're not even in my circle.
You're not in a
I don't even
space.
know. I don't know
I'm not
you.
searching on
But that's
social
the
media.
point.
That's what I want to
You are
tell you.
searching
Okay,
big booty
okay,
babes and
okay. I think this thing, Baba,
Eh?
please let's dig down. She's blowing hot, and I need you to come from the perspective of, when I did the opening, I chose the question that, well, how come that man has changed from the days we had faithful men that don't cheat, men that are faithful to their spouses, the days we had men that are providers and all of that. Now we are having switched version of men who are irresponsible, who are wife beaters or girlfriend beaters, men who are not responsible in terms of finances. They're not looking for women that they will marry to get rich off them, men that are not ready to make right choices by even picking out of the pool of choices in front of them. And all sorts. The list goes on and on.
Can we discuss all these things today?
Yes.
We need to have part 2 of this show. So let me pick men marrying rich girls. they're marrying for money.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot.
Yes, it happens.
And it's what's happening. It's the real
Especially
thing now. Yeah.
with the
Yes.
jackpot move. Once you
Exactly.
see
What's
that
going
she's
on now?
abroad,
Exactly. It's not even
you
just
know.
abroad. It's a thing now because I
It's a
heard
thing
in
now
a
because-
state in Nigeria called Abuja. That's what they do. Like all the men, they will ask you. One even approached me on social media and called my number. I was like, "Oh, favor, can I come stay with you? I'll live with you. I love you. I'll come live with you in the same house. Don't worry, I love you. I'll take Don't worry, I don't have money, but you just manage with me." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Are you serious right now?" So
Okay, that man is not a responsible man, he's a 419. So apart from that man now, an average man, because of the bills are too much, landlords are increasing rent without knowing if your wife is working or if your job can pay the bills. We have a lot of problems right now. Those days I couldn't imagine myself spending up to 5K on data every month. So innovations are coming up, but our money is not increasing.
True.
So if you want to marry, you have to balance it. Because if you marry a woman, an average Nigerian, once you marry a Nigerian woman, you start paying her family bills. Somebody will die in her family, whether now you kill that person or not, you will sponsor burial. You understand?
I don't understand. Why are you
you
not
start spending money. So, and if you cannot afford that money at that time, you will be a weakling. Your wife will not be happy with you. So to avoid that problem, you have to get a woman that has a job. So once there's a problem like this, that there should be a sharing formula. You may not even have at that time. The wife will support.
Okay, so
When you
that should be
balance
a
up-
normal thing, but we are talking about men who practically are looking for women to marry because
Those
of
ones are
the
not
ones.
responsible. Those men are, like I told you, those ones are not responsible. I'm talking about men who are looking for women that have job to support the marriage, to support the home. Those men are gigolos, they are 419s. They can even marry you and leave you, make your money. It's normal 419. Those days, 419s will tell you they have one thing they want to double for you. That one may not be working out. They will not promise you marriage. Some guys go as far as marrying you in order to dupe you. It happens. And now those things lead to domestic violence. Okay, let me even link it to domestic violence. Nowadays, I have friends who are now marrying rich girls.
Yeah, why so? Why
Yeah,
so?
and I ask them why. How did you do it? Because I can't even imagine a rich girl marrying a poor boy. Like how you take toast time, how you take green. They'll say the guy said he went and bought a car, went and rented an apartment normally. So he has to look rich to get that girl. So he took the girl out, spent a lot of money on the girl fell in love.
Investment.
You get now they got married. And I asked him, okay, I've been married for 1 year now. How far? You don't make money. He said the girl never they give her because the girl is abroad. She came down to do the wedding. She didn't give shishi. He said it's time. This guy has never traveled to the US, but he keeps doing surprise party for the girl abroad.
Imagine.
We just chat all these online companies. They'll just do surprise to spend money.
Is it not suffering?
He's
Yeah,
taking
yeah, it's not what
loan.
we're talking about.
He's taking loan to do this. One day now, you go tell the woman, say, he have been spending money no gree come.
Yeah.
And the woman is not responding. That's who we want to fight because he was never in love. He did business.
Exactly. Now,
So you can
business
say-
That is why you see a lot of
Exactly.
rich women. You hear one rich woman was killed by her husband.
Yeah.
Now you don't know the story behind, and you say, "I saw her, but he did a surprise party for her. He did a surprise." What is in her business?
So why are men doing business? So let me hear from you. Why do you think this is happening?
I can't say I'm not a man, so I don't know what.
Okay, why are women looking for rich boys?
Why are women?
A woman
looking for rich
that
boys?
is okay
that wasn't
already.
the question.
Once a woman, that is what led to that one. So can you defend why women? Like I was chatting with one of my
Why are
cousins.
women looking for rich boys?
One of my cousins has been single, but she has a lot of men coming around her. And I asked her, why you not married? She said, these people, they are not spending. I said, but you have money, why can't you just marry somebody? She said, no, she can't marry a poor guy. Yo. And I said, look, all these rich guys you have been dating, how far? They have not given her shishi before. She'll be dating somebody that's MD of one company, CEO of one company. 1 hour she has not seen. And she's still waiting for a rich guy. Now, 141 will come up one day with
I'm formed to be a rich person.
format, baby, spend, duper, ma'am. She will not commit suicide.
Hey.
And after,
Okay.
she
Wow.
will not advise me to be doing justice for my
Yeah,
cousin.
she-
I will not
Baba
do
the
it.
Baba the Baba.
I will not do
Okay.
justice for anybody.
I know you don't want to do justice, but Miriam, you were saying something about upbringing and everything, how it has turned out to
Yes.
affect the kind of men that we have today.
Yes.
So because we have quite a number of things that are not right. It's for me, it's the mentality
true.
most first of all, because an average man today, or let's say some percentage of men, when they see a woman, they are looking at you with one kind of eye, with all sorts, and you're like, why are men thinking about women in this manner? So quite a number of things are just not right. Would you?
Well, like it's still programming. It all still boils down to programming. And the good book says, train up a child in the way that it should go. And after that training is done, he will not depart from it, right? But then there's another aspect to it because each person needs to train themselves after that training is done. So you find that at that stage, if you are not, and because women are not now docile homestayers,
They're now workers,
they're now high
high
achievers
flyers
and all of that. You find that a lot of guys, I found not all, maybe not a lot, but a lot of guys in the space that
I will not
worked,
fight you. Let's say all of them. I'm here.
a lot of guys can be intimidated by successful women. So those that don't want to, like his story says, those that don't want to dupe you to collect the money. So you find that a lot of women too are cautious, such that they don't fall in, because there are many tales. I don't know if this will.
No, please.
I have a cousin
Share.
that I lost my cousin's life due to this sort of things.
Scenario.
Let's not go into details because by the time he hears, I don't want them to
I've
call
said something that has
meeting.
happened in your family, you understand? But I'm not a member of your family. But this is happening.
It is.
We need to talk about it.
But it didn't come out. It didn't come out so obvious. It just so happens that after how many kids, because the guy hasn't been developed in making or taking great decisions, you find that he's making the worst decisions. She died of a disease that he could not, just all of those things. So financially, she was bearing all the burdens. The house they live in, she was the one that paid it off. So many things like that. So women have been cautious of recent,
Let me
so that they don't fall into that.
Yes. So, Baba Baba, can you just ask? No. So let me turn this way. Can you just pinpoint on what she's saying? That's in the place of men being responsible.
Now, let me
because we are
explain that
having
being
less
responsible
men
now.
becoming responsible
Yes.
nowadays.
Let me explain from that angle because she didn't want to go into details, but I can deduce what happened. A lot of women who are rich want their own standard of living. For instance, I meet a girl who is a CEO of a company, whereas she can afford a duplex in Lekki, where can I afford a mini flat in Ikorodu? Now she wants it her own way. This is her standard. Now she will tell you, don't worry, I can afford a flat in VI, a duplex in VI. The man will follow her, obey. Once the first rent is due, she start telling you, maybe I'm not paid rent. Now your standard be this thing. No. Now, but men cannot say. This man is frustrated. This man is frustrated because you are living there. The cost of living is high.
It's beyond you.
It's beyond me. I once met a girl that told me that we are planning a wedding. She now went and brought estimation of 10 million. I was living in one room face to face with that time. because she came from a rich home. She said politicians are coming. I said, no be a campaign. She now said her father will sponsor. But then her father will ask me, how much do you have? Now, her papa planned 10 million
so
wedding.
Even after the wedding, how will you guys survive?
Now, they're here. Now, her father will ask me, now, how much do you have? How will I tell her father that I have 100,000 out of 10 million? They say you're not a serious person. Not be me planning, no planner. A lot of men are in this thing. You can't survive it.
But why can't you take a stand and say, sorry, I
take a stand
cannot
and
marry?
borrow money.
No,
I
I
will call it
cannot
off
marry.
now.
Yeah, better. Why can't men call it off? Why are you following the pseudo path then?
By the time you want to call it off, she'll start doing as if you want to use and dump her. Like, they'll see you as if you're not serious. Why some guys will play along? Because if you pray very hard, money can even come. Some money will come, you support add that thing, then you marry and enter that trap. Then problem will begin. That is most of these problems that we're seeing. The woman, because she's richer, she wants her own standard of living, which the guy cannot afford.
Okay.